Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here tonight with all of you. And tonight is a special night. This is the first episode of Disney Pins Night Live, which is my take on a popular Saturday evening show with a pin spin. So, we're going to be talking pins here. So far, I haven't decided on a schedule just yet, so I'm leaning on doing either the second and fourth Saturday of the month or maybe once a month, but it's something that I'm still trying to figure out. But I am super excited to do this. And tonight, to kick this off, my friend Ryan from Disney Piss Blog is going to be joining us. He's going to be talking about his channel, his blog, his Instagram, all that good stuff. And then after that, we're going to be doing a little game. We're going to be answering some pin trader and some pin collector questions. So hopefully we can get to know each other a little better as pin traders and pin collectors. So, guys, I am again super excited to have everybody here. I see we have Mac Dorks Pop, we have the Jody and Laura Life, we have J Missy 3000, we have Surfer Girl, and I am again super excited to have you guys here. And then, without further ado, let's welcome Ryan.
Hey
Hey,
everyone.
Ryan.
Hey, happy Saturday night.
Happy Saturday! I'm so excited to have you here. How's your Saturday going?
Great. Thank you for having me. I
Yeah, no,
appreciate it.
thank you so much for accepting and for coming here. I know that you just moved to Florida, so how is it being a Floridian now?
I love it so much. It's great. I can just hop down to Disney Springs, very quickly whenever I want to just go for lunch or, Pin Traders open last week, so I can go check out the pins and the World of Disney store. It's pretty awesome. I love it. And I love the weather. I'm into the heat. So,
Yes, because I mean, coming from Pennsylvania, I mean, there's some pretty
yeah.
brutal winters over there.
Yeah, it definitely beats the winters, so that's for sure.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah, still
absolutely.
getting used to it. Still settling in here. It's been here for a few weeks now, but so far so good.
Ah, that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome. So, Brian, so if you want to talk a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself, talk about your blog, your channel, what Disney Pins blog is, all that good stuff. So, you know what? The floor is yours. Let me go ahead and add you. Here we go.
awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so my name's Ryan. I started Disney Pins blog about 7 years ago now. Just kind of did it as like a side, just like a little hobby for myself, and then it turned into something much bigger. But I've always been a Disney fan, a theme park fan ever since I was little. My parents brought me down here to Florida. I got the Disney bug at a young age, coming down here on trips and such. And then I think I first started collecting pins back in 2011 or 2012, one of those 2 years. And I was down at Walt Disney World on a trip, and I became interested in pins. I went to downtown Disney at the time, hit a pin trader store, and I thought it was really cool all the variety of little pieces of artwork that you could purchase and collect. So I thought that was really neat. I don't think I bought any on that trip though. I was here for a work trip. I attended like a Disney Institute class at the time, and whenever I came home from that trip, I was researching pins online and just found so much information. Those pin picks was really popular at the time, and but the pin releases, the news was like all over the place. So you have different parts around the world that release pins. You have online releases, different retailers. So I wanted a location where all of the pin news could be centralized. So I just created a little blog for myself, really, to keep up to date with all the pin news. And I launched that on May 1st of 2013. And yeah, so just kind of did it for myself. People started following along. I started a Facebook and a Twitter. I think Twitter was like my first thing I started. um, and then YouTube I think came later, maybe like I was 2 years into DPB I think, and then I started a YouTube channel and do like unboxing videos and all that. um, so yeah, I a little side hobby ended up turning into a side business, and now it's you know pretty big, and we've had events before here in Orlando. um, partner with Give Kids the World and have a store online, a podcast now, and yeah, it's just a fun little hobby that turned into a giant website. Is that a good little introduction?
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and here we go. No, it was awesome. And it's funny when you were saying about how you kind of started this for yourself, just to kind of keep track,
Mhm.
because that's how I found you. I got into pins 5 years ago, and I was looking for a source that had all the pin releases in just one place, rather than having to try to find everything out myself. And that's how I found you, and I love it. I mean, you keep me up to date and updated with all the pin releases. And I mean, I think it's great. And I know that you said that YouTube came later. So why YouTube, if you were doing so well with like your blog, and then like what attracted you to bring that to YouTube?
Yeah, I've always had like an interest in YouTube. Actually, a little side note: before I even started Disney Pins blog, I had a aquarium website because I mean I love fish tanks and aquariums and stuff. So I had like a fish care blog, and I had a YouTube channel around that. It doesn't exist anymore. I wish it did because those videos were pretty funny. um, but yeah, I've always had an interest in YouTube. I didn't start it with Disney Pins blog right away because I really didn't know what to cover, and then I noticed the everything Disney Pins, the sisters Amy and Elizabeth, they had a really popular YouTube channel back in the day, and they did like pin unboxings and lots of pin videos, and I love watching their channel. So I was like, well, I want to do some pin unboxings, and I think that's what it started out with, pin unboxings. And then from there, I started like vlogging on my trips because I would come to Walt Disney World and Disneyland a lot to cover events. So I was like, well, I might as well start vlogging the trips. And then one thing led to another. I just started to cover so many different types of pin videos on YouTube, and now that's become like a its own little outlet as well. But it always comes back to the website. Like I say to people, like some people think I'm just like a YouTuber or I'm just an Instagrammer, but it really it all started with just the website. It's DisneyPinsBlog.com. That's the website. All the information goes there first, and I just use the social channels to distribute the information. I don't consider myself a YouTuber at all, but it's cool when people say that, I guess.
Yeah, you're like this big YouTuber.
Yeah.
But it's true, like you said, it's almost when you say that it all started with a blog. It also kind of makes me think of it all started, with the mouse.
No, yeah.
So, which is so true. Like if people want to be updated with, pin news, they have to definitely check out your blog because everything is there. Not only that, but you have a store, right?
Yeah. Yep. DPB store. So that started, I think, in 2017. So the store is fairly new, I guess, 2 or 3 years old. But people love the store. I basically buy people's collections that are dumping them, um, and I just put them in the store. So I help people out by who they if they want to get rid of their collections quickly, I'll purchase them. But we're also affiliated with some distributors as well, like Artland Pins. We're official retailer of Artland Pins and Loungefly now. So we have real Disney licensed pins on there too. So that's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, and like Artland, that's what the Acme pins kind of became, right? In a way.
Yeah. 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 Acme Archives used to be Artland. They were like they were distributed here in America, but they're all made in China. But yeah, the Acme pins, I think they lost their Disney license or it expired, and then Artland picked it up. Artland's based in the UK. But yeah, back when we had our events here in Orlando, 2015, I think, was our first pin event. We had exclusive Acme pins. So we had Star Wars, the Maleficent, Dragon's Gate. We had at our event, and a couple Alice in Wonderland pins. But yeah, now it's Artland. Basically the same pin. I think they're the same exact designers as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't had a chance to look at the back of the Artland pins. Do they look similar to the Acme pins?
Yep, they're exactly the same. They have the gold
Really?
bar, waffle print, same thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No, that's
They're
awesome.
gorgeous pins. Beautiful.
Yeah. I've seen some of those on some of your blogs and just on the website and things like that. I mean, they are definitely really nice, and they're
Mhm.
Disney licensed, so they are real pins. You can
Yep.
trade them. So yeah, and again, guys, everyone check out Ryan's blog, because not only do you have the latest on pin news, but if you want to get a pin, this is a trusted source. So you can get your pins right there too.
Yep. And even when I buy people's collections, I always check, just because I have people send me photos of the collections, but if I'm buying like, I don't know, 500, hundreds of pins, it's hard to check every single one of them. So unfortunately, I do get fake pins when I purchase people's collections, so I have to get rid of those. But yeah, I check every single pin before it goes into the store. I want to make sure everything's legit 100%. So
Absolutely. What do you do with those pins that are not good? Do you throw them out? Do you
yeah,
donate it from crafts?
no, actually, May asked me that earlier too. But yeah, some of them, if they're really bad, I do just throw them out, and then others I'll give to my dentist. Her daughter she's real young and likes pins, so
Oh,
she just has
yeah.
them for fun. So
Oh,
I do just give them to her.
that's awesome. And
Yeah,
another thing that you have, Ryan, is you have a Facebook group where people can
yeah,
do if you want to talk about that, people want to do trading, all that good stuff.
yeah. The Disney Pins Blog community. It's a just a little Facebook group. I started that so people could share pin news on Facebook as well. I'll put up DPB links in there, but it really turned into what just trading and selling. It's really not too much of pin news anymore in the group, which that was what I really wanted to focus on was pin news. But I allow everyone to go in there and sell their pins, trade their pins. It's a nice little outlet. People seem to enjoy it a lot. I have had to. I don't know why recently, but ever since the virus thing, there have been lots of scammers, and I have had to block a lot of people in the group recently in the past couple of months. I don't know why. It's just been getting crazy. I don't know. Maybe people are just getting little nuts, staying at home all day long, and they just want
Yeah.
to start trouble online. But yeah, we had to beef up our
Mm-mm-mm.
our admin team in there so they could block people.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. So, they have admins, so they police what goes on the group, the trades and questionable comments and all
Yeah,
that good stuff. But yeah, no, I mean you were everywhere. That's awesome.
yeah.
Um, so how about we get started with our game?
Let's do it.
Awesome. So we're going to be playing this game. So it's mainly just like a Q&A. So we're going to be both answering some pin related questions. And like I said earlier, hopefully we'll get to know each other a little better as, pin traders and pin collectors. And you guys can also get to know us a little better too. Hey, Candy Mom, I just see that she just got here. Awesome. So first question, what was your first pin, Ryan?
I actually pulled it off my board. I have it here.
Ooh,
My
let's
very
make this
first pin
full screen.
My very first pin. Okay, so I said I didn't actually purchase my first pin when I was at Walt Disney World when I was on that trip. I came home and I got the bug, but like I came home and was searching for real pins online, and it was Shop Disney back in the day. It was DisneyStore.com, and they didn't actually have many pin releases online. It was pretty weak. It's a lot better now. They have a lot more park pins and stuff online, but I just wanted to have any pin, just whatever it was, and I got this one here. It's Mickey and Minnie on Main Street. There it is. This is actually part of a series. Mickey has his cotton candy, and looks like Minnie was shopping there on Main Street. But yeah, it's a pin-on-pin design, and it's part of a series. So the series kind of connects together. I think there's 5 pins in the series, and it looks like they're all on Main Street at Magic Kingdom. There's like a Donald and a Daisy, and I think a few others, maybe like a Pluto. But yeah, this is my very first pin. I think this released in 2011 or 2012 at DisneyStore.com, and it's just I think it was a limited release, but they don't have it on the back there. Yeah, so that was the very first pin in my collection.
That is awesome. That is such a cute pin too, It's colorful, it's happy. I like that. And I
Yeah,
think it's pretty awesome because I mean, you've been collecting pins for a while, so it's pretty awesome you still have your first pin.
I know. I kept that one. Did not trade that one off.
Yeah, so for me, I bought this little it's almost like a not like a booster set, but like a starter set. It was like this little hat over at Animal Kingdom. It kind of looked like a little fishing hat of sorts,
Oh, yep, I know what you're
and it
talking
had
about.
pins all around. And I'm gonna show you. This is my first pin. See, I always struggle centering this. So it's
Yeah,
from the Kilimanjaro Safaris. And
nice.
I had to keep it. It's one of those things where I traded everything else,
Do
but
you
the
still have the
one
hat?
thing. Yes, I don't know where it is though.
You better
It's
wear it to the next pin event.
oh my yep, I'm gonna put my mini ears on top of the hat. I'm gonna look super
Yeah, yeah,
awesome. No,
that's
that's
great.
awesome. All right, so let's get into this second question. How long have you been collecting pins? So it kind of goes hand in hand with what we were talking about. So, how long have you been
Yep.
collecting?
It was like I said, I think it was 2011 or 2012. I'm pretty sure 2012 because I think yeah, I caught the bug in 2012, and then I launched the site May 1st, 2013. So yeah, 8 years ago.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. 2015 for me. I was at the parks. I got that little hat. I really was looking for a hobby. And
Yep.
that's it. I was hooked. After I got that hat, I bought a bunch of like booster packs, LE pins, and
Yeah.
it just, yeah, 5 years for me.
Did you visit the parks a lot, prior to pin trading, or has pin trading brought you down more because of events and stuff?
So that's a good question. So you see, I would say I would visit Disney every like 10 years. Like I went when I was 5, 10, 15. And then
Yep.
more recently, with getting into pins, I've been visiting more often. Like we've been going consistently every year since 2015, multiple times a year.
Right.
Mainly because I just got into pins, and I was like, I need this new pin, and I want to go to a pin event, and I want to do all this stuff. So really, pins really got me visiting more. So
Hmm.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, just
that's what
getting
happens.
into yeah, getting into pins is definitely an expensive hobby. Not just the
Yeah.
pins, but all the multiple trips, to
Yeah.
Disney.
Because it's not only the pin trading nights, the pin events, it's like the other things like the D23 expos, the Mickey's Orlando pop-up shops. Basically, anytime there's really low edition size pins or something like that, you want to go. And that's not even
Yeah.
including like the festivals, Halloween party, Christmas party. It's like, oh, it gets crazy.
Oh yeah, and even your event in 2016, the DPV
Yeah,
event over at the V Resort, that was my first pin event.
that's crazy that was your first one. That's
So
awesome.
yeah, it was my first pin event. I was brand new to pins,
Yeah,
so I was so excited, and it just happened to be going on when we were in Disney, and
cool.
I'm pretty sure I saw it, on the blog and where you typically post the details,
Yep,
and how it's gonna go. And I was so excited, just to be there. And then you had your raffles
yep,
for the Acme pins. I
yep.
didn't win any, but that's okay.
I'm sorry.
But it was so cool. I was just so excited just to be there. I
Yeah,
was so
they were fun
excited.
events. I
Yeah,
would like to have another one at some point, but it's a lot of work.
yeah. But when you host these events, they're typically charity events, right? Like there's a
Yeah,
charity involved.
yep, yep. Every single one was a charity for Give Kids the World here in Florida. So the raffle and ticket sales, everything benefited them.
Oh, that's so
Uh,
awesome.
yeah,
Like, that's great.
yep.
All right. So on to the next question. How many pins do you own?
I don't
That's
have an
fun.
exact count. um, I the last time I counted had to have been a couple of years ago, and it was definitely over 1,000, 2,000. If I had to guess, I would say between 2 and 3,000.
Woo.
I really don't know. I wish I had an account, but I don't have the time or patience to go through and count them all.
Same thing with me. Like in between my keepers and my traders, I know I have well over 1,000, but I lost count. And like you said, it takes a little work and
Mhm.
patience to kind of go through all your pins, and then they're all different sizes, and then you lose count, and you're like, forget
Yeah,
this.
because I try to keep all mine on the cork boards, but there's pins everywhere. Like I do have a couple binders. I have like those Tiny Kingdom maps, all those types of things. The Disney Wisdom, all those pins are on those maps. Like it's just they're just everywhere. So I don't know. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one. I mean, I know people use databases like Pinpicks and things like that to keep track of their pins. Do you use anything, and do you have a way of like keeping track of what pin you have?
No, I don't. I used Pinpicks back in the day. But I know there's a couple other databases out there you can keep track of pins. Pinpicks kind of fell to the wayside. I think there's a few others now, like pincollector.com maybe.
Oh,
Pin Trading DB is another one. They're all trying to build up databases. So I think they're all young sites though. Like there's maybe like 120,000 some pins in circulation right now. I think these sites have maybe like 30,000 or something in their databases. So yeah, I don't have a way to keep track online. I really wish what FigPin does with the
yeah.
numbers in the back.
Yes.
I wish Disney would have done that back in the day because that would be so easy. If Disney just had their own pin app, and anytime you got a pin, you could just put that little number on the back and load it right into your app. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think that would actually be really great. We actually have some Funko people on the chat, and that's true. You know,
Mm.
Funko does the same thing. You can keep track of your Funko Pops on your app.
See,
So
that's awesome. I love that.
yeah, I like that too. It's funny because when I got my first Fig pin was the Belle Fig pin when the princesses came out. And
Mm.
I didn't know that each pin had a specific like serial, I guess, number for
Yep.
your specific pin because you can rack up points and things like that. And
Mhm.
I remember, I think I showed it on like a video or something, and someone's like, "Don't show it. Someone's gonna
Oh,
steal
I
your
know.
serial number."
I know. I did that once too, and someone actually DM'd me like, "Can I have your code, your number?" And I was like, "I sold that pin." I was like, "Sure." I mean,
You're
I
like,
don't know. Like in the beginning, I didn't know what it was for, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, you can put it in their app and unlock certain things. I think you can get free pins. I think they want to build out that app a little bit more, but right now it's early stages.
yeah, that's so crazy. Somebody straight up like hit you up like, "Hey, can I have your serial number?"
Yeah. People ask me for my number off the back of the pins. I was like, I
Oh
mean,
my gosh, that is
yeah,
too funny.
like I don't have this pin anymore.
You're like, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So what is your main pin collection? I know you have tons of pins. So do you have like a main pin collection?
Yes, I do. I have actually two mains and then tons of sides. My mains are Tower of Terror and Pirates of the Caribbean. Those are my mains. I could probably almost fill an entire cork board with definitely pirates, not Tower yet, but I'd probably say I have more pirates because they make more pirates
Okay.
than. But yeah, those are my mains, and then yeah, like I said, tons of side collections. How about you?
So my main is, you know which one's my main one?
Yeah, Belle,
Beauty and the
right?
Beast. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So Beauty and the Beast for sure. And that, secondary collection would be Jessica Rabbit. And I also like castle pins. I think Disney castles are just so pretty, whether
yes,
it's Cinderella or Sleeping
yeah,
Beauty.
yeah. The castle pins are great. I love
Yeah.
castle pins.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm staring at the castle collection here on the floor. That I have beef with that right now.
Really?
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
I want
So
I want I want Disney to freaking release the Frozen pin so people can stop asking me.
I know you were just talking about that not long ago that you get like what 200 messages or so asking you about the castle pin.
Well over that now. It's
Oh
insane.
my gosh. I mean, I did read somewhere that Disney just decided to postpone the US release. Is that right? There's just like it's postponed until further notice.
Yeah, they put postponed, I think, due to current events.
Yeah. It's crazy because, I was considering getting the one from the UK website, like the Frozen one.
So was I.
And I decided to pull the trigger on it too late. By the time I was gonna
Yeah,
do it, it's gone.
yeah.
So
I didn't either, but I kind of wish I did now. I don't know when the US one. It's going to release at some point, but I don't know when. I think they're just kind of waiting for things to die down a little bit.
yeah, I tell you
So
what, when they announced.
I have it here in case people don't know what we're talking about.
Yes, let me actually put you full screen.
There's a glare because of my monitor, but here I'll try to. Ooh, it's backwards.
Okay.
Yeah, there's yeah, getting a glare, but yeah, this is it. There's Cinderella up there in the corner, and there's supposed to be how many in this? 10,
I think
I
so,
think.
right? It's supposed to be
10.
bi-monthly, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome whenever it's complete. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
a opens up there, and
yeah, and
there's Cinderella up there,
yeah, and they're
waiting on Frozen.
I know, and they're a decent size too. Like they're like the size of a hand.
I know they're huge. I
Yeah.
was shocked whenever it came in how big they were.
Oh
I didn't
yeah.
think they were gonna be that big. The packaging wasn't very great though. My hinge was broke on mine. I had to fix it.
Oh, I didn't know yours was broken. I know there's tons of like people getting
Yeah,
broken skins. Oh,
yeah. Well, it wasn't completely broken. It was just like instead of opening this, it was like shifted up. So I had to slowly bend it back down so the hinges were okay.
okay.
It's still not lined up perfectly, but whatever.
But at least it's not actually broken. It's just, needs some
Hmm.
TLC.
Yeah, that's all.
But so are you gonna try to get the third pin from the UK if we're still having issues next month?
Um, no, I'll probably just wait for the US release.
Okay.
It's going to happen at some point.
True.
You're talking
True.
Castle Collection only, right?
What's that?
You're just talking Castle Collection?
Castle, just the Disney Castle collection. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Because I know UK's been releasing so many pins on
Yes.
their site, and they're all coming to US. Like all those legacy pins, they're
Yes,
coming to
I saw
US.
those. Yeah, but the
Yeah,
Disney castles themselves, do you think you might get or you're gonna wait for the US release for next month?
I'll just wait for US release.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Just a little impatient over here.
I know, I know.
I know. Oh my gosh. And so, talking about, everything that's going on, what is your home park? That's the next question. What's your home park? I mean, I think we all know that, but
Home Park. Are you talking Walt Disney World specifically?
so in between Disneyland and Disney World.
Oh yeah, World, 100%.
World. And then
Yeah,
if you had to pick a favorite park within the four parks in Disney World, do you have a favorite park?
yeah, Epcot.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, it's just the best. World
You see,
Showcase is wonderful. Future World's great. It's a mess right now, but I really hope they go through with what they were, what Imagineering was proposing in the old Odyssey Pavilion there because it looks like insane. I really hope they still have the budget to do everything because I think Epcot is going to be even better.
oh my gosh. You see, I knew there's a reason we're friends. That's my
Yeah.
favorite park too. I love Epcot. Like you said, the World Showcase, and then I love Spaceship Earth. I mean, I think it's such a cool
Oh,
ride. Yes.
yeah. Spaceship Earth is one of my favorites. My favorite attraction isn't at Epcot; it's Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios. But yeah, just the whole vibe of Epcot. It's great. Festivals are there. The pin events are there. Just so much different food. Spaceship
Oh
Earth is
yeah.
awesome. I love living with the land. People probably think I'm a dork for
Yes.
that, but
No, I
I
love
love
it
it.
too.
So yeah, it's a great park.
Oh
I never
yeah.
get bored of Epcot. I could go there every day. I don't get bored of it.
Oh yeah, I know. Have you done the behind the scenes tour?
Yeah, I did. I did that probably like 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah,
I just did it this past February when I was there earlier this year. Well, for the Fin event, for
yeah,
the Fin trading night. I loved it. I
it's
love
so cool.
living with the land, and
Uh,
I was surprised to see that it was so cheap too.
yeah, it's like what 30, $35 or something.
I think like 25 bucks. I think.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, the AP discount. Yeah. The
yeah.
did you get to feed the fish?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. It was
Did you get wet?
fun. No, but it was like fun and scary at the same time
Yeah,
because
they get wild.
they do. It's like whoa.
Did you get a
Yeah,
cucumber then too?
I did. I'm not a fan of cucumber.
Oh, it's a fresh cucumber.
But it was good. It was nice and crispy. It was,
Yeah.
definitely super fresh, but I was like, I don't know, I don't like cucumbers, but, like, I had to try it. I mean, it was grown
Oh
in
yeah,
Disney, so I had to try it.
yeah. That's a great tour.
Oh, yeah.
I'd
Have you
like
done
to do
any
more tours actually.
Yeah, have you done any other tours besides behind the seats?
Yeah, I've done the other Epcot tour, Undiscovered Future World. I've done
Okay.
that one. That was pretty cool. You got to see go in the back and see where they clean all the 3D glasses, like the big machines to clean the 3D glasses. That was cool.
Okay.
Um, the gardens tour for the one festival. What's that one called? I don't know. It's like the agriculture gardens tour. You got a pin at the end of that one. That's why I went on that one.
Ooh,
That
I
one
don't know
honestly was
about
a
that.
little boring.
Okay. But you got a
It was
pin.
okay. Yeah, but you got a pin at the end. That was great. And then Keys to the Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, awesome tour.
I want to do that.
Great tour. That one is probably the best.
Isn't that like an all-day tour or like pretty much like a pretty long tour?
Yeah,
Like
it's like a
Kingdom?
morning lunchtime tour. You're done like a little after lunch, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because they gave us lunch in the
Oh,
Columbia Harbor House, I think, and then it was like over after that.
okay. Oh no,
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I definitely need to do that. I've only did the behind the scenes tour, and I definitely need to do more. And I
yeah,
need to find tours with a pin.
that's the best.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, the
Absolutely.
undiscovered one you got a pin as well
Which one?
at Epcot. The Undiscovered Future World Tour. That one came with a pin at the end.
Ooh.
That one's a real nice one. It's like a yellow one, has a little monorail on it. That's a cool one. I still have that one in my collection.
Are they still doing that?
Um, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's going on my list because
Yeah,
I need that pin.
yeah, it's a good one.
Hmm. Now, going back to our game, what was the last pin that you traded for? Have
I
you
have
traded
that one here
recently?
as well. Let me give a little disclaimer though, because I really don't trade pins. I think you know
Okay.
that, Melissa.
Yeah.
I
We've
I
traded a couple
mainly
pins.
yeah, we have. I've definitely traded more in the past at pin events. I still do. Like if I get a mystery collection, I'll trade whenever I'm at the Epcot events. But I really don't trade much anymore. I'm more of just a collector. Um, and yeah, I prefer in person at the parks trading. I love trading with cast members, but um, I traded for this one online through Instagram, um,
Ooh,
probably a couple months ago. And I even for oh yeah, I sent the person like a few old hidden Mickey pins, like really nice
okay.
hidden Mickey pins, and then I got this one because I'm a pirate collector. This is a WDI, so it's a Walt Disney Imagineering exclusive pin. This is from the Pirates of the Caribbean 50th anniversary. This is the Disneyland one, and I think this is part of a set. It's a limited edition 300.
That's all.
Um, yeah, I think this one might have been released at like D23 Expo. But yeah, it has a little bit of a stained glass element to it. So I thought that one was cool. It's just a silver tone finish on it, it's like a pewter, but yeah, it has a cool little stained glass element, and it was perfect for my pirate collection.
That is awesome. You know what? I hadn't noticed the stained glass until you pointed it out. I was kind of just looking at the details of the pin, and then I was like,
Yeah,
"Whoa, that's so cool!"
yeah, it's neat. It's really neat.
Oh, that's awesome. Like it's funny that we're talking about pins because I actually got this pin today. So it's a Jessica Rabbit pin. It's a Disney Studio Store Hollywood pin, and I love Jessica Rabbit, like I said. So I just got this today, so I just recently traded. I haven't feel like I haven't been trading as much lately, just because life's been crazy,
Yeah,
busy, and I
yeah,
feel like I don't do as much trading as I used to. But me, it's something that
right.
I hope to get into
Yeah.
some more.
What's the LE on that one? Like probably three, four
I'm
hundred.
pretty sure it's LE 400. Let me just double
All right.
check that. Yeah, so this one is LE 400, and yeah, you know what's funny that I like these Disney Studios or Hollywood pins because I think the ice cream cone waffle on the back is just it's pretty cool. It's like
Yeah,
I love that it's different.
yeah, me too. I like that.
Yeah.
I really like that one. And this WDI one is like little sorcerer hats. That's what their
Yeah,
waffle print is, little sorcerer
those
hats.
those are actually pretty neat. I do like that. It's
Yeah,
a shame that we no longer have the Sorcerer Mickey hat in Hollywood Studios.
I know. That was like the best pin store too.
Yeah, maybe we'll get something. back. I don't know.
Well, that's the plus side of the sorcerer hat being removed is we got 2 pin stores out of it then.
I mean, true.
The dark room and sunset. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool. Did you get the piece of history Sorcerer Mickey hat pin?
Yeah, I have that one.
I wanted that pin. I didn't get it.
Yeah,
Where
yeah. I love that pin.
you see
That's like
that's
one of my favorite collections though, is like piece of history pins. I love those. I really hope we get one for some stuff from Epcot.
ooh.
Maybe like a Pin Central one, like the flags or something. I don't know. That'd be cool.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think piece of history pins are just so cool because just like the pin says, you have a piece of Disney like history there, you know. And
Yeah,
I really wanted that pin that Sorcerer Mickey had pin. I was just getting into pins because it came out in what 2016, right? Like January 2016.
yeah, I think so.
So I was
Yeah,
just getting into pins, and it's funny because I told a friend of mine that she was going to Disney. I was like, I need you to get me this pin, and she doesn't know anything about pins, and she was like, I don't know, I didn't see any pins in Disney World. I'm like, what? There's pins everywhere,
yeah,
and then of course that pin is like really expensive, you know. And I was like,
it
what?
is.
Went for like what 250,
Is
300?
it now? Dang. I remember like when it first the secondary market when it first dropped. I think it was like around like $100, but I'm sure it even increased more than that because those piece of history pins, once they're gone, they're gone. You can't. Well, it's Ellie, of course, too. So like that's it's pretty rare.
Yeah, and it's just a special piece anyway because it was, you know, the sorcerer Mickey had. It was so iconic, so everybody wants a piece of that,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yep.
know?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And all right. So next
Before
question.
we go on to the next question, I'm gonna take my AirPods out because they're about to die. So let's just see.
Quick pause. All right, let's see if I can hear you. Mm-mm. Can't hear you. Can you hear me? Mm-mm. No, I can't. Oh, hold on. I think you muted yourself. Let me see if I'm trying to unmute you.
Can
There
you
you
hear me?
go.
Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
There.
Sorry about that.
Woo! It's okay. You're good.
Yeah, these things don't last as long as they used to.
Did that's for what, like an hour or so, maybe?
It's not even that anymore.
You see, I was looking into getting some AirPods.
These
So,
are pretty old though, so you might want to get some new ones.
okay. All righty. So, next question. Do you have any fantasy pins? And before you answer that, you want to tell people what fantasy pins are?
Yeah. Fantasy pins are just fan-made pins. They're not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. They're not made by Disney. They're not licensed by Disney. It's just a fan pin, which they can be done. It's kind of illegal if you're using Disney's artwork, especially if you're like making it seem like it's an actual Disney pin, like putting on a Disney backer card. But Disney doesn't really regulate it that much. They used to back in the day. I think there's so many people that do them now. Just if there's one that has become very popular and it's like an actual character that they're representing, like Disney would, then I think they'll crack down on it. But yeah, there's lots of fan made pins out there. I never purchased any, but there's a lot of people, little shops out there that have sent them to me to just for the heck of it. And out of all the ones that people sent to me, there are two that I actually really, really like. And some, and I forget who the shop was that made them, but I think they sent them to me like last year or the year before. It was the Magic Kingdom sign, like the ticket booth.
Okay.
They did that in the Epcot ticket booth, and they're really nice pins. I wish Disney would have made those.
Oh, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
when you were talking about the difference between like what fantasy pins are and how like if they put the Disney copyright logo, how it's like highly illegal. I mean, or I guess, just illegal, I guess. I mean, that would then be technically a counterfeit pin, like what they call it, scrappers, right?
Yep, totally. Like I don't know if you saw recently, someone started to make those Disney characters with the face masks on, the COVID-19.
I think I saw that. They kind of look like the pass holder magnets with like,
Yeah.
okay.
There's a bunch of them. Someone made like every character. I saw like Stitch, Mickey, Donald, Ariel, Prince Eric. I was actually just down at a little gift shop around Disney, and I saw a store that had them all there at the register.
Yeah.
And those ones are like very bad because one, they're using the Disney character, and then they're putting on an actual official Disney white backer card, which you can't do that.
Yeah, like I do have some fantasy pins. I don't have any with me right now, but the ones that I have, I just found the artwork, even though it's inspired by Disney, property or designs. I mean, the ones that I have, like the artists or the creators, like they put their own like name on the back or whatever, so they're not like claiming to be like an official Disney pin,
Right.
Especially when they do some crazy like crossover pins where you have like a Belle with Stitch in one pin, where you know that Disney hasn't really come out with that.
Right.
So
like, there's pin makers out there that make pins that maybe say like, wish upon a star, like a little saying, like that stuff is fine. Like, it's not, there's a lot of things that Disney have that's not copywritten, so like that's fine. Even like the little Mickey icon is fine if you put that on something. But like if you're actually using the Disney character, then that's where it starts to get a little iffy.
Oh yeah. Hey, Wonder Moments. But yeah, no, absolutely. I think that it just gets really bad when they start using the Disney logo on the back, like with those pins you were talking about. Like they just kind of, that's really crossing the line right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, the fantasy pins that I have, I do have like 10.
Yeah.
But I have like some Beauty and the Beast. They're mainly Beauty and the Beast ones, and I have one Jessica Rabbit one, and they're just designs that I thought they were cool. So yeah, just
they're like really, really nice,
Yeah, and these are pins that they're part of my personal collection. So these fantasy pins are not something that you can trade at the parks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that I keep for my own collection. Some people trade fantasy pins for fantasy pins. That's like but these are for my collection, and just like a nice little thing.
Yeah,
I guess. Now, do you have any pins that don't fall into your collections? Like a pin that you're like, this is so random that I have it, but I have it.
I there's a ton of them. I just have so many side collections. And if there's a pin that comes out that I think is cool that I like, I'll usually get it, even if it doesn't really fit into my side collections. Like a lot of the ones that shop Disney releases, like the Happy New Year pins, anything like Mickey and Minnie, those don't fit in my side collection. So anything that really catches my eye, I'll get it. I do tend to collect a lot of attraction pins. So like I have Splash Mountain. I do Spaceship Earth, a little bit of Spaceship Earth. Some festivals, like Figment, Three Caballeros. I have so many side collections. But yeah, if there's something out there that catches my eye, I'll get it.
Okay. It's funny. I was looking at McDork's comment. Want to spend more money? Yes. That's what happens. I see new pins and I'm like, I'm going to go spend some more money.
Yeah.
So I have some pins here. These pins don't fit into my collections at all because I do not collect these characters, but these pins are special to me, and I think you're gonna recognize these pins.
All right. Oh, there we go. Release event.
Yeah, do you want to talk about these pins?
Yeah, which event was that?
This was the one in 2016.
2016, okay. Yep. So those were part of a Alice in Wonderland Acme pin series. Really cool artwork. I forget the artist that did those, but they're circular, probably like 3 inches in diameter. What are the LEs? Are they LE 300s?
They are, I believe so. The back on the pins, it's not looking that great. But I believe they're LE 300.
Yeah.
These were from your event.
Yep. Yep, at the B Resort here in Orlando. Yeah, those were event exclusives, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you see, I got these pins because first, not only were they, low LA, but it was my first pin event. I didn't have any Acme pins either, so my first Acme pins as well, and they're huge. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
they're
really
huge.
big, and yeah, I don't collect Alice in Wonderland, but these pins
Yeah.
are just part of my collection, just because
That's
they're.
the same with me as well. Like I don't collect Alice, but I kept those pins just because of the the memory of that event.
Yeah.
That's cool about pins too. That's why I like a lot of event pins, because it really reminds you of your time, that trip, that vacation, that festival, that parade, whatever it is.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, absolutely. Like this is like every time I see these pins in my collection, I just think about that trip, the event, first Acme pins. They're just like you said, they just they're nice pieces of, I guess, cool stuff to collect.
Yeah, it's a memory of that moment in your life.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the good thing about the pins is one of the reasons why I like them as something that I collect is that you can have them for years, and then as long as you keep them somewhere where they're like safe, you can have a pin for years, and it doesn't get ruined.
Right. And if you ever want to get rid of it, most pins tend to go up in value, so you can always sell it.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So it's your retirement fund.
Yeah, because you know what? I was thinking, I've been collecting for 5 years. If I have 1,000 pins, and let's say each pin between the cheap ones and the expensive one, let's say they're average around $20, it's 20 grand right there.
I know. It's crazy.
It is crazy. That's why another reason why I don't want to even count my pins, because I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's just so much money.
Yeah, you buy a brand new car or something.
Yeah. But like you said, the resale value on a lot of these pins, especially LE pins and certain pins like the piece of history pins and pins that are no longer going out.
Yep.
Let me see, my screen got a little messed up here. So yeah, those pins, the resale value on those could be, quite a bit. And like you said, the resale value on that is, that could be a retirement fund right there.
I know.
Yeah. Now, do you have what has been your favorite pin trading event? I know you've been to lots of pin trading events. You hosted your own. Has there been like a favorite one?
Yeah. I really like the Imagination Gala event.
Okay.
I think that was 2014. My first one ever was 13 Reflections of Evil in 2013. That was cool. I loved that, but I really didn't know what I was doing, I'll be honest. I was, it was my first event. I was kind of like clueless, just wandering around. But the second event was awesome. Now when I go to the events, it's more like work. It's still fun. I love it, but I'm covering, I'm getting videos, I'm working with Disney, getting photos, vlogging on my computer, updating the website,
right.
Back in the room, working and everything. But yeah, I love the Imagination Gala event. That was great. That was probably my favorite specific pin event. And then I love all of these aren't really technically pin events, but Mickey's of Glendale pop-up shops.
Oh, I haven't been to any of those.
Oh, those are great. Just because the pins they release there are so exclusive, and they tend to be released in California, so it's nice whenever they're here in Florida, just to have that opportunity to get low edition size pins.
Oh yeah, I mean, I haven't been to any of those events or the pop-up shops. I mean, and I need to. Some of the pins there are just amazing, and
yeah, there's supposed to be one in June this month.
Well, I mean, not anymore.
No, it was on the D23 website. I think it was supposed to be June 7th, I think. And now it just says TBD. They might have even taken it off the site. I don't know. But.
Yeah, which brings me to the pin event that's supposed to happen in August. Do you think that's still happening?
I don't know. That's a $1 million question, honestly. I don't know. I've been trying to get an answer from Disney,
Okay.
and they're being very quiet about it. The only thing they told me is they're working on details. My personal opinion is I really hope they still have it. I think it's going to have to be different. They need to announce something here soon. It's already middle of June, and tickets should have been on sale already back in, I think, April. Tickets should have went on sale, and we should have already done the RSP, the random selection process. And I think we should have already probably purchased our pins. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
I think so, right? Because I want to say that for Fairy Tales, we were putting in our, what was it, like it's July 15 or so. We were getting like what our results were, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, yeah, it's like they're down to the wire here. I just asked them a couple of days ago, and still nothing. So I don't know. Just the closer we get to the event, my hope is dwindling. Unless they decide to push it out, and they could do it in September, October. I mean, they've had events in September before. I know they don't like to do it around that time frame because it interferes with Flower and Garden Festival and stuff at Epcot. But I don't know. My personal opinion is they could do it somewhere else. They could always do it in the contemporary ballrooms. Those are huge spaces.
Yeah.
They could probably limit guest trading or just space out the tables.
Right.
Require masks to go in. They could limit, instead of having all 1,200 guests go in each day, they could limit maybe like 500 one day, 500 the next day to have something. So there's less people in there and just social distance. I don't know. I think there's a lot of different things they're thinking about if they're still going to have the event, but we'll see. I know the pins they're created, like the pins are done, so they have
Really?
them.
Well, that's good.
I haven't seen them, but like I know, like as far as timelines go, like they're done.
Ooh, so there's some cool stuff coming for the pin event then?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm assuming it's 20 years of pin trading, so
yeah, it's gotta be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, do you think there's a chance that they might make this more into like an online thing, like when the Disney Studio Store Hollywood, they do those online pin releases where you go into a queue and it's crazy? Do you think there's a chance they might make it into that if they cannot actually host a physical pin event?
Yeah, I could see them doing that if they're not allowed to do any event whatsoever. They wouldn't have online pin trading, but they probably would just release the pins online.
Okay.
I don't know if you'd have to get a separate ticket for that or how they would release them. They can't put them on Shop Disney. That would be ridiculous.
Oh yeah, with everything that's going on and bot and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's so many possibilities with this. I think like they could still do it. I just hope they announce something soon because we are down to the wire here.
Oh my goodness, I know. I've just, it's funny because I keep on checking their website just to see if we have any news, see if it updates like, hey, tickets are going on sale or we're going to do this or that. So I'm constantly checking to see, but.
And I know so many people for this event, they fly in. Like I have lots of friends and, they have their flights and their hotels. They're trying to book it. They want to make sure that they need to cancel. So.
Yeah. Yeah, like us, like we have our hotel reservation. We did it right in February when they announced it. I did my reservation, so I still have my hotel reservation.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Wow.
So yeah,
you should still come down if there's no event. I mean, the parks will be open.
Yeah, but then aren't they doing like something special now for the parks? Like you have to also go into like I don't know, kind of like a special system where they tell you like you reserve a park per day.
Yeah, there's a reservation system. I want more details on that. I don't know how it's going to work. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't really know either. I heard that supposedly, like, if you had a resort reservation, and if you're also an annual pass holder, like, you were going to have like priority. And then they would tell you, like, okay, well, then you can get a reservation for this park this day. But then they said that they're not going to have priority. So my concern is, go to Disney, stay at the hotel for 10 days, and I don't get to go to the parks, or I get to go for 1 day.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh.
I think it'll be okay. Those parks can hold a lot of people, and not many people are traveling right now, so it's basically just locals. And I think travel is going to be slow for a while, so hopefully it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I still want to come down to Florida anyway, even if there's no penny band. So maybe a shorter trip, but
yeah, you can go to Springs.
Yes, I can go to Springs, and I can go
Yep.
to Pin Traders, and I can go to Morimoto.
Yeah, there you go.
So going back to our question, I think my favorite pin trading event. So I've been to four. I've been to one in New Jersey, the Central Jersey Pin Traders. That was cool. And it's local, which is nice. And then my first pin event was the DPB event, and then I went to Animation Celebration in 2018, and then Fairy Tales last year. And then the Pin Trading Night back in February. But I think that out of all of those, probably Fairy Tales was my favorite. And I think it's because I already knew how it was going to work out, based on going to Animation Celebration the year before. So like I knew my way around and what to do. So I knew how to maximize my time when it comes to like the pin trades from like the board, and just getting my merchandise and things like that. So I think that the theming was great. Fairy Tales.
Yeah. There's a lot of popular pins for that one.
Oh yeah.
So people love animals, so
great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, Animation Celebration was also super cool, but I think that Fairy Tales has been my favorite. So yeah, I can't wait to go to the next pin trading event. So hopefully we know about that one soon.
I really hope so.
Yeah. Now, out of all the Epcot festivals, which festival pins do you look forward to the most? There's Flower and Garden, Food and Wine. There's the Festival of the Arts. Then they have the holiday one, like the Christmassy one. So, which ones do you look forward to the most? Because they're all the different arts, so different for each festival.
It is. My favorite festival is Flower and Garden Festival. It's just, and the pins are great because they're so colorful and bright. There's lots of glitter, and they're just like super bright pins. They kind of, interpret the topiaries pretty well, and they use Spaceship Earth a lot, which I love. Figment. So those are my favorite as far as festival goes. But I will say, the Festival of the Arts is creeping up there because those pins are pretty unique. Like
they are.
They're funny. Like especially, I love the ones they did with Figment and like the famous paintings.
Oh yeah, like the Mona Lisa and all that.
Mm-hmm. I love that set. I have that one. And then this coming what is it, 2021 Festival of the Arts? They're celebrating the 5th anniversary of that festival, so I think the pins are going to be pretty unique for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. Okay, yeah. I mean, I love Figment. I mean, I love Epcot, and Figment is like the mascot. So yeah, but you know what? I would say mine is Food and Wine Festival pins. I think those pins are always so cool, and I love the Food and Wine Festival. I think that's my favorite festival because I love to eat. And they always have such cool merch. So I mean, Flower and Garden is cool, and also the Festival of the Arts. But I think Food and Wine.
Yeah, and I feel like they released a lot more merchandise for that event too, just because how popular it is.
Yeah,
and I think that might be the longest event, right?
I think so. It starts like the end of April. I'm not April, August through like mid-November.
Yeah. So
something like that.
It's a pretty long event. But yeah, those are great as well.
Oh yeah. Now, so we're on to the last question.
All right.
What was your most recent pin purchase?
My most recent pin purchase was actually on, what's today? Saturday, on Thursday, during the online release. I got the Lady and the Tramp jumbo pin. I don't collect Lady and the Tramp, but I love that pin, and I love jumbo pins.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my most recent a couple days ago.
Yeah, we actually ordered that one too, and I'm not a Lady and the Tramp collector either.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It does. I feel like I've been buying all these pins from Shop Disney lately, pins that I don't collect.
Yeah.
But the Lady and the Tramp pins are so pretty, and I think the Pocahontas pins are really pretty too. And like you don't see a lot of those either.
Right, you don't. Those are nice.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get any of those though, but
yeah, I didn't. I just went for the Lady and the Tramp one. I really hope I get it though, because I kind of messed up for my shipping since I moved. I put in my new address and it was taking a while, and I messed something up. So I hope it actually arrives here. We'll see. I reached out to Shop Disney to have them update my shipping, and they couldn't really help me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said it was that orders are fulfilled immediately, and they couldn't update my address. It was a very simple change too, but
Oh, that's
we'll see if it
the.
arrives.
Oh, well,
Yeah, fingers crossed on that.
yeah. Now, how about those Loungefly pin releases we've seen recently? Like those have been really popular too.
Crazy.
And those are also selling out. Like I'm having an issue I'm trying to highlight some of the comments here on StreamYard. For some reason, my chat is frozen, so
Oh.
I'm not able to like highlight comments. But I saw that MacDorks Pops was talking about the Oliver and Company Loungefly pin. Like that was so cool. Like it was lighting up and everything. So I mean, have you gotten any of those pins from Loungefly?
Yeah, Loungefly sends them to me, most of them, to review.
Okay.
But the one pin I really wanted, they didn't send to me. They didn't send it to me, so I bought it. It was the Alien Pizza Planet box.
Oh, okay. That was a cute one. It was one of the first ones, right?
Yeah. First or second, third release, yeah, something like that. So that it hasn't arrived yet, but I think it just shipped today. I'm looking on my desk here. I don't think I have any. I have an upcoming one that they previewed.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna put you full screen.
Yeah, they already previewed it, but I don't know when it's coming out because they delayed it.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, Robin Hood there.
Oh, that is such a nice pin.
Yeah, so that's coming out soon. I don't know when, probably in July sometime. They delayed a lot of them.
I did see that because they had the flyers and then they kind of changed some of the releases.
Yeah, they said due to COVID they had to change some of the releases. So
Yeah. So from these Loungefly releases, I ordered the Fox and the Hound, which I just got yesterday. And then I ordered Oliver and Company. And I think that's about it. I think it's so cool that they're releasing these pins. And then $25 for a mini jumbo, I don't think it's that bad. And
no,
they're
not at all.
only 500.
Yeah, it's great. They I can't believe how fast they sell out though. Less than a minute. It's kind of crazy. I think again, it's the same thing with Shop Disney. There's bots and they're just reselling them. I don't know how they can get around it.
Yeah. Although I don't know if you feel the same way, but I feel like Shop Disney has gotten a little better with these releases.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. The past couple of releases have been pretty smooth. I've gotten what I wanted, so that was nice.
Me too. And and for you guys that don't know, Ryan posts the links on his website.
Yep. They're always in the weekly pin post. So yeah, I try to put them in, a few hours before release. So quick and easy, just go straight to the pin and you can purchase right away.
Yeah, that has helped me a lot actually.
Yeah, it's great. Like I use it for myself, so it's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad it helps everyone out.
Yeah, I mean, because I just go there right before it's about to drop.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's been dropping at 10 a.m. Eastern. So I'll go at like 9:59.
Yeah.
Your link.
I always look at my watch and I watch the seconds hand, and usually once like 5 seconds or less, I'll do a little refresh, and then it'll be.
Yeah. I'll refresh, and there's the pin. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. It's the little things.
Yeah, it just makes it that much easier. And then what I do is I'll have like different tabs open on my phone so that I have all the links open. So I'll go like refresh, add to cart, go to my next window, refresh, add, and like it just makes it that much easier.
Nice. You sorry, hold on.
Oh, you're good.
Why is that? I need to decline this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you do it from your phone. You don't do it from a desktop.
So no, because they release while I'm at work. So I'll be like, I need to take a bathroom break.
Yeah.
So I'll go be like,
laptop.
I know. I'll be like, I need my phone. I'm going to the bathroom though. So and that's why I do it on my phone because I can't really do it on my work computer. So I'll just do it there. And I feel like a lot of people get their pins on their phone. So I think it's a great strategy. So you post the links. We have a little system set up for like a minute before it drops, and boom, you get what you need.
Yeah, quick and easy, right in.
Yeah. Now, have you been getting any of the Minnie Mouse main attraction pins?
So,
Mm.
yeah, that's a whole nother monster. I got the first one, the Space Mountain one, which I don't know if I have it anymore. I might have sold it. It actually might be back in Pittsburgh, I think.
Okay.
It's definitely not here, but I didn't want that one for myself. I really wanted the Enchanted Tiki Room one. I love that one, and
Aw.
I tried to get it, but it was just spinning and spinning. That's when Shop Disney was a total nightmare. I put
I
it in.
know.
It was in my shopping cart. I went to check out. The thing was just spinning, 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 and then hours went by, and it crashed, and I never got it.
Yeah, these Minnie Mouse main attraction pin releases have been a nightmare. Like I've had to spend, 40 minutes, 45 minutes on one, pin purchase. And like you said, it just spins and I don't know if I got the pin or not.
Yeah.
And it's just become a really stressful experience.
Yeah. My one friend said too, like her credit card gets charged like so many times in a row.
Heard about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like doo, 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 doo. It's like all these Shop Disney, Shop Disney, Shop Disney.
I know, because it just you try for so many times and then you're getting all these charges, and before you know it, you have a hold for $500 on your card and no pin.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a mess. I hope the next one's better. What is it, next Saturday, I think?
Yes, it is next Saturday. It's the Peter Pan.
Oh yes, Peter Pan. Oh, I gotta try for that one.
Yeah, I think the pins on that one are so pretty. I love the color scheme.
Yeah.
So you're gonna try
Those
for
ones
that
are
one?
nice. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think.
I have a little collection of Peter Pan pins, so
Oh, do you?
yeah, very small side collection.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't collect Peter Pan. I do have some random Peter Pan pins in my collection that I thought were pretty cool. But yeah. So we're getting close to the end here. It stinks because my chat froze on the side, so I can't highlight any comments. But if you guys have any questions for Ryan, well, he's here. Feel free to asked. I see Disney Dan is on the chat. He said earlier that on his bucket list is for him to go to a pin event with us. So
Oh, nice.
I'm like, yes, we need to do that. And I see more people are joining on the chat. I also see Asian Funk Comics is here. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, definitely let us know. Disney Dan was like, Peter Pan, I need. But yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, we see some questions or any last minute things. What do you have coming up, Brian? Anything coming up? What's coming for Disney Pins blog?
Well, I was just gonna say real quick that how much of a nightmare would that be if on Saturday they dropped the castle and Minnie Mouse?
Palpitations,
Yeah,
like. Oh my gosh,
be crashed.
Oh yeah, it would totally crash. I think it would be crazy. I would need both pins. And the crazy thing about these Minnie Mouse main attraction releases is that it's really hard to get more than one item when all the items are really hot. Like for Tiki Room, I also wanted the ears, but it's either the ears or the pins. They're both gonna go fast, and I can't get both. So I got the pins.
Right.
So if they drop the castle and the pins,
it's too hard to double cart that.
Yeah.
You'll waste time. It's gonna be too hard. But oh yes, whoever said California Grill, it's like my favorite place. I want to go there.
Oh, I haven't been there.
Oh, I love that restaurant. I miss it.
Oh, I need to go there.
Yeah, so good. But What's that?
We have a question on the chat.
Oh, what's the question?
From Disney Dan. He says, first piece of advice when you start a pin collection and or trading in the parks.
Oh, okay. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I always say this all the time, but start small. Focus your collection on what you are interested in the beginning. Like you see, this is my first pin. I just wanted to buy a pin, the Mickey and Minnie pin, which I don't even really collect Mickey and Minnie pins, but yeah, just go over whatever you like. If it's an attraction or a favorite character, they make pins of everything.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be super easy for you to find a pin you're interested in and start a collection around that. And then from there, you can kind of, go down the side collection route. But for trading in the parks, I'd say educate yourself on Scrapper, fake pins. There's lots of YouTube videos out there that do it really well. I never made one just because there's so many good ones out there where people really get in depth about. Like my friend Emily, she has great videos on Scrapper and fake pins. So educate yourself on that. Don't buy pin lots off eBay or Amazon.
Yes.
Try to start with like booster sets. A pin trading starter set is great in the parks. It has a lanyard. You get some, cheaper pins. You can get the Hidden Mickey pin pouches to start with at the parks, or just head over to the outlet stores. You can get super cheap pins there. They're not open right now, but when they do open, the character warehouses are great. So yeah, that's my little advice there.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's great to try to narrow it down, because I don't know if this happened to you when you started, but when I first started, I was buying everything.
Yeah.
Everything that I thought was cool, I got. And then I just had everything. So I think a good thing would be just to, kind of pick a character or like say an attraction that you like and just kind of stick with that, because it's a lot easier to just focus your collection on something rather than just getting everything, which is fine if that's what you want to do, get everything, but it's just really easy to narrow it down to something that you actually want to collect. And like you said, stay away from the eBay pin lots. When you see 50 pins for $10, stay away from that. So just pretty much what Ryan said, just echoing on what he said, I think that's actually great advice. I was actually going through the chat too, and then MacDorks has a question for you, Ryan. They said, Ryan, how is it that you're so awesome?
Oh, thank you. I don't know. I don't think I'm that awesome, but thank you.
Well, you are pretty awesome, and the pin community definitely thinks you're pretty awesome, and you're definitely, a great help, in the pin community, people that are starting, people that have been doing it for a long time. I think everybody really benefits from, having, Disney Pins blog around. So definitely. I see just another Disney nerd, Frankie, on the chat. She said, my husband almost bought me a pin lot off eBay. I was like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, bad news.
Oh yeah.
And I understand, especially kids who want to get into the hobby, they're on their trip to Walt Disney World, they come back home, or even before they come to Walt Disney World, they see pin trading online and they ask their parents or something to get them some pins. And so a lot of people do go down that route. People just don't know, so that they go to eBay and they just buy real cheap pins to start trading with. But then I think people find, once they get more into the hobby and they learn and educate themselves a little bit more, than they find out. But yeah, it's mainly the beginners that buy them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't want to keep you long. I want to be, mindful of your time. So we have 18 minutes or so. Now, this is a question that I think that everybody that's starting with pins should know, especially if they're going to do trade pins online. So how should you send your pins in the mail? What is the correct way of doing it? Because some people have, when I first started, someone sent me some pins in a Ziploc bag in an envelope.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know any better. And I was like, what the heck is this? And then, what is the correct way of sending and mailing your pins?
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that so many times in Facebook groups. People, it's just basically like an envelope you'd mail a letter in. People throw pins in and just whip it in the mail, and then they come. Either they're lost, they fall out, there's a hole in the envelope, or the pin posts are bent on the back, because I think they go through those little machines at USPS. Smashes the pin post. So the proper way, how we ship all of our pins at DPP Store, is we wrap individually every single pin in bubble wrap, usually just one time around, and then we throw that into a bubble mailer, a bubble envelope. So it's double bubble, bubble on the pins, and then it's in the protective packaging as well. And you can get the bubble envelopes relatively cheap. We order all of ours from Uline, big bulk. amount from Uline, but I know people buy them at like Sam's Club, Costco, Walmart. They have them all there for pretty cheap too. And I buy like the huge roll of bubble envelope. It's like, I don't know, like 300 feet, something crazy. I don't know what it is, but
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, so I just have a massive roll of that and cut it up and wrap each pin.
And when you're trading with someone, send tracking.
Yes. Oh yeah, and when you're trading online or buying pins online, always do PayPal goods and services. There's so many people in the group that want to do Venmo or PayPal friends and family. Don't do that. Always be protected with the goods and services, because if for some reason you don't get your pins, or even something happens with them, you're always protected through PayPal. I've had to do it before, and PayPal is always great with that. They'll get you your money back.
Yeah, absolutely. You have what, like a 6-month window if you do goods, paid as good, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. So Ryan, what do you have coming up with DPB, your channel, the blog? What's new?
Yeah. So I Disney Pins Blog right now, like it's the site itself, we undergo like a huge change, massive change to it. It's been in the works now for a few months. I've had a developer and a designer kind of redesign the whole thing, and we just pushed it. Last night it went up. There's still things that need to be tweaked on it, but it's definitely more modern now. The store's been updated. The entire blog has been updated. Blog posts, everything, every single page is completely updated now. The site that was before, it's 7 years. It was 7 years old. I did little updates throughout the years, but this is the first change we've had where it's a complete redesign and redeveloped. So there's a couple things that I still need to tweak on it. It's coming along well. Probably just gonna be working through it the rest of the weekend here, but it's pretty much done. So that was the big thing there, Disney Pins Blog. I have another website, DPB Wishables. If anyone is interested in the Wishables that Disney Parks releases, the little limited release plush. So I cover all the news on those as well. That site's staying the same, but that Facebook group is actually popping. There's over like 1,200 people in there, and people love these Wishables now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I actually have some here on my desk. This is
let's see. Another pretty popular. I haven't gotten into the Wishables, but my friend Lizzie over at Lizzie in Disneyland, she loves the Wishables. Oh, that's so cute.
Yep, that's the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So there's one. I actually sold off like almost my entire collection. I only have 4 now, just because it got out of hand. But Tower of Terror is my favorite one there. I still cover all the news on the Wishables, but yeah, there's the little Brer Rabbit from Splash Mountain. Love that. And then my last one here is Spaceship Earth.
Yay! I love Spaceship Earth.
Yeah, so that's about it for DPB. Still covering all the latest events, all the new pin releases from around the world, Disney parks around the world. We'll be getting busier now with Shanghai Disneyland. I knew this was going to happen. They were the first park to reopen back in May 11th. I think they reopened, and I knew this was going to happen. They just are pumping out the pin releases now because they were backed up for a few months. But that's a good sign. So covering that, Disney Springs here is starting to release new open edition pins, which is nice to see.
I saw that on DPB.
Yeah, there's like a new Safari collection, this new mystery pin set. It's like a Safari mystery pin set. I'm gonna have an unboxing on that coming soon. So that's new at Walt Disney World here, and I'm sure like in the next month we're gonna start seeing a lot more with Walt Disney World fully opening next month in July, and then Disneyland now as well, and I guess just waiting on Hong Kong and Paris and Tokyo after that.
Yeah, it's crazy that we're all waiting on a reopening. I feel like this year has been so crazy with everything that's going on. Like I never thought that Disney was gonna close.
I never thought it either. No way. No way to think that.
It's definitely crazy. And then one quick thing before we go, so we have like 10 minutes. How did you get into the Wishables? Like they're so cute, but like how did you get started? I know you had a collection that you downsized, but you still do your Wishables group. Like how did you start with the Wishables?
So I I saw them at a pin event.
Okay.
They had I forget what pin event it was. I think it was Contemporary Resort. They had a little table there. They were advertising this new product that was coming out called Disney Parks Wishables. And they had a few little plushes there. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I was like, I could see those becoming popular. I was like, let me just start a blog around it. I honestly just did it as like a little like a business move, basically, just to have another website under DPB and cover the news on that. So I just hopped on it real fast, threw a site together, covered them, and I was like, they're pretty cool. Like I said, I have a few. I was trying to collect every single one. I don't know why.
You got sucked in.
What's that?
You got sucked into the Wishables. You're like, yeah, I need to collect those.
Yeah, I did. I honestly did. For a few months there, I was like, I need every single release. And I did. I think I had up to 80 at one point.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had every single one. And then I had them in this massive basket. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, I don't need all these plush. I was like, I'm into the pin game. So that's why I sold them all off. But I'm still keeping up with the website and the Facebook group. Still covering the latest news there. I kept 4 here. So
there you go. And these are ones that are special to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Oh, that's good. It's funny because that you started with Wishables because of pins.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. They were advertising them at a pin event.
Yeah. You know what? Talking about pins real quick, we do have a question on the chat. Candy Mom wants to know, she says, if the parks open, then the pins are going to stop going to Shop Disney?
No. Yeah, so Disney put out a statement last weekend. They said any limited edition merchandise, which includes pins, will not be released in the parks when they reopen. They're still going to be online at shopdisney.com. They didn't give a reason why, but I think it's because whenever World of Disney store opened on the first day, they had the Minnie Mouse main attraction set there, and people went nuts. I think people were yelling in the store over them. They scarfed them all up. There was no limit on them. People were buying like however many they wanted to, and it was just crazy. So I think they blamed it on social distancing at the parks because they don't want tons of people going in to get the limited edition merchandise. But I think they're just going to kind of take a wait and see approach, see how they do. The parks do it in July, and then maybe in August they'll release back up in the parks. I was also thinking they don't want pins to release at Walt Disney World first if Disneyland isn't open yet. I know Disneyland is opening like a week later, but they have to keep everything fair on both coasts. So I know definitely June is releasing online, and then I think July will release online as well, and then maybe August will be back in the parks.
I see. I did see a statement right from Disney that did say that they were still going to be releasing. I think you might have released that from Disney,
Yeah.
that the limited edition pins were still going to be released through Shop Disney, which, I mean, personally, I don't know how you feel about them being released on the website. I like it because living in New Jersey, it's hard to get my hands on LE pins. If I would have to ask someone to pick it up. Typically, there's a fee involved with that. So at least I get an opportunity to purchase them myself. However, it's been kind of tricky with all the bots. I mean, what do you think about these LE pins going to the website?
There's pros and cons of it. I miss personally them being in the parks. That's part of the park experience, in my opinion. But I do see, for everyone who doesn't live in California or Florida, you have the rest of the United States. Now they have the opportunity to purchase limited edition park pins online. But that's the whole point of a park exclusive limited edition item, is to be there.
True.
That's part of your experience when you're at the parks. So like personally, I prefer it to be in parks, but it is nice in the time being. But then that also causes all the stress and negativity with the bots and people buying them online and just flipping them and reselling them. It got kind of crazy.
Yeah, like with the Nurses Day pin release.
That was insane. That was nuts. I tried for it and it was gone like in a couple seconds. I tried because I was actually just going to, I don't want the Nurses Day pin. I was just going to have it as a giveaway on Disney Pins blog. But it was like it was gone, and people were flipping out of that pin. Because I posted it, and people were like getting mad at me.
I saw.
It was like there's some nasty comments on Disney Pins blog. People like accusing me of just first of all, people were mad I even promoted it. I was like, why promote all of Disney Pins?
Right.
They're like, why did you tell so many people about this? And then one person, she said she was a nurse and said I was an idiot for posting it, and I was just going to flip it and sell it. And I was like, people need to settle down.
Yeah, I know that was a lot of people were, pretty upset about it because, especially I see Trey is on the chat. She's talking about the Nurses Day pins release was a joke. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, a lot of people wanted it. I wanted it, not because I'm in the medical field, but I feel like it kind of, to me, it's like a little piece of history itself. Like it kind of reminds me of everything that has been going on in the world this year.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted it as like a piece of history kind of thing.
Right.
But yeah.
There was a lot of people that came out of the woodwork for that pin. They were saying like, why would you get this? Disney released this 2020 Nurses Day pin because everything going on. And I'm just like, they've been doing a Nurses Day pin for years. This is just part of a yearly collection they do. This isn't because of COVID-19, but people were getting nasty over it.
I know. Did you see that there was a pin? I only saw one, but that sold for $1,000 on eBay, like sold for $1,000.
That's ridiculous. I would never pay $1,000 for a pin.
Oh, no. Heck no. I mean, there are some profile pins that I want that are going for $1,000, but I would not spend that kind of money on one pin. That's insane.
Yep. Crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's definitely been insane, and hopefully the next releases are better. We have another pin release coming out on the 28th, right? No, the 18th. I'm sorry.
Yes, Thursday. I forget what's even releasing.
It should be the I Collect pin is coming out on Thursday, right?
Oh yeah. Hopefully I get this one. The last I Collect pin that released, they never sent it to me. They lost it. I bought it.
You did tell me about that. You never got it?
Yeah, because I'm actually collecting that one for 2020 for my personal.
No.
Yeah, and I got the Timothy Mouse one, the I Collect food pin. They charged me for it, and then it came in the mail, and the pin was never included. There's only 2 pins in there, Orange Bird and the 20th pin. So I contacted them, and they said, of course it was sold out, and they just gave me a $20 gift card.
Yeah. Oh, thanks though. Oh, I thought.
Yeah, I need to try to get that pin. I think my friend Stuart said he would hook me up.
Okay. Well, hopefully you'll get this one.
Yeah. Oh, next week's actually a big release.
Ooh. You want to talk about it real quick?
Yeah, we got the that I Collect pin. Actually, I think Disney told me it's not Enchanted Tiki Room. I think it's Attractions. I think it was mislabeled.
Okay.
And the next pin of the month for the Park Cruisers is People Mover, which is awesome. I love that.
I want that one.
I want that too. And then we have the next Trading Cards pin, features Vanellope. That's very nice. And then the next Disney Sense, the Scratch and Sniff series, features Winnie the Pooh.
Aww.
It says, having a honey of a time. That's great. And then the next Enchanted Emblems features the Sword and the Stone. So,
I want to get that one too. We're trying to collect the Enchanted Emblems too.
Oh, nice. That's a nice series. Looks
good.
Good.
Definitely. And at least I'm happy that we're able to try to get it through Shop Disney. Otherwise, we would have to get a pickup in Disneyland because that's a Disneyland exclusive pin, right?
Yep, it is. Yep. It's kind of weird then on Sunday, there's another release.
What's coming out on Sunday?
The National Selfie Day pin.
Oh, you know what? I think I did see that on the flyer that DPB posted.
Yeah, I don't know why they would include that on Thursday, but.
I mean, at least it's on a weekend.
Yeah.
Makes it easier for, you don't have to go and sneak to the bathroom at work.
Yeah, there you go. See, it's a plus for you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, so we are getting pretty close to being done. So I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation to come to the first episode of Disney Pins Night Live.
Thank
And
you for having me. I appreciate it.
yeah, I feel like the hour and a half flew by.
I know, it really did. I can't believe it's
Yeah.
only been an hour and a half.
I know, but yeah, I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm gonna try to make this either a twice a month thing or a monthly thing. I'm still working on figuring out what the schedule for this new pin show. And thank you to everybody that's on the chat. My apologies again because my chat froze on StreamYard, so I haven't been able to highlight any more comments. So I've been trying to keep up with the chat on my phone. But thank you for everyone. Thank you to moderators that were helping me out tonight. Mike Doors Pop, thanks so much for throwing all those links out there, and for everyone that came here. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.